Hello and welcome to an Everyday Canines video. This is the Pup to Pro series where we look at games that will help you to build a good foundation for future dog sports. In this episode we're looking at collar games and why collar and harness games are important for our pup. Okay, so we have Magpie, who is getting a bit restless now. Now, when we go on to doing our dog sports, we're going to need to have good skills with our collar and harness. We want to be able to get hold of collars, so that, for instance, in agility, you might want someone to hold a collar for you. At the same time, you don't want to have a situation where you've got a dog that's run the agility course and when they come off the course, you can't get hold of them because they won't let you get hold of their collar. Harnesses, not so much because the dog doesn't wear a harness when they're playing. However, putting a harness on and off outside and inside a ring, to start your run or to finish your run, again, is important. Now, harnesses we've not had too much trouble with, but collars we have. So we're going to show you what we did with collars. Right, so you can see she's wearing her collar quite happy now, and I can actually tug and pull on it. This was not how we started. When we first started, just having the collar near her was a problem, and I couldn't do this, I couldn't fiddle with it, she would bounce away. So when I started with her, I literally just did this and rewarded. And even that, she would shy away. So you can see we've worked on that. And I'd lay it on her, And you're saying, well, my dog's never going to wear a collar. I use slip leads and that. It's the same principle. You're going to have to, at some point, have something in your dog to restrain your dog. So it's the same principle. You've got to get them used to it. Some dogs will accept it without an issue, but a lot of dogs do have issues. So once I'd got her doing that, I started to pull it tight. I'm not actually fastening it, but pulling it tight. Good girl, take it off. Hey, Mrs. Awesome, is you awesome? Okay, and again, put it on. Pull it round. Do you see we bounced away? She went, oh, no, ah, ha, 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 ha. So you see we've still got that element in us. Magpie. Yeah, good girl. Still got that element in us to shy away. So my goal was to take it off before she shied away, so that, she hadn't been able to practice, rehearse that behaviour. Go eat that. And we put this on every time we played a game. And then what we got to this stage, didn't we? If you're going to let me, because she said I've seen the chicken, where we'd put this on before we started doing training. So the collar equaled fun. And instead of just getting chicken out, give you that, we'd get a toy. Collar, tie. So the collar equals, we start a game. I would like chicken. Come on, you got to play. Magpie, come on, play. I would like chicken. I have seen chicken. But you can see the principle. The whole point was the collar equals fun's about to start. When we just have a collar, I know, itchy collar's itchy. When you just put a collar on your dog, just to guide them around, say, or to do something to restrain them, that's when they start to associate it with bad things. We want to associate it with good things. And then, of course, once we've got it on, we're going to do stuff like put pressure on it, because we want our dogs to be okay with that. Because, again, if you were doing a restrained recall or something, if you're doing flyball, when you first start in flyball, you might want to have a collar on your dog to be able to hold the dog to go off. Same with a lot of sports. We want to have that ability. I know, gorgeous. We want to have that ability. Harnesses, we did exactly the same, though the harness wasn't such a big issue. But we're doing exactly the same. Put them on. Harnesses come in so many different formats. Probably one of the worst formats, that's not a lie, it's not worst in the terms of harness, but one of the hardest ones for dogs is the ones they have to put their head through the hole to get it over them. That can be quite a challenge for some dogs. They don't like that. So again, that's a game you could play. You'd get your dog to just put their head through the hole. I know, she says, I'm nibbling you. Have a toy to nibble on while you're sitting here. And you build up again with treats. Now, that took me a week to go from a puppy that looked at a collar and went, I ain't going anywhere near that, to a puppy that I can now put a collar on and play with. So it wasn't a big, difficult game, but it's going to really help us throughout what we're going to be doing, because over the course of time, we're going to at some point want to have a collar on our dog and be able to use it, or some sort of restraint. Come on then, are you going to have a good game? Yeah, she's my girly. I hope that helped you and gave you an understanding of why you need to get your puppy used to a collar early on. If you have enjoyed that, Perhaps you'd like to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram. And I hope to see you all again very, very soon.